Yo, what's up, your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today we're watching Carthu's Dojo, the many mistakes in the Cell Saga. Many mistakes of the Cell Saga by Carthu's Dojo. There's a lot of mistakes in the Cell Saga, I ain't gonna cap. Vegeta letting him transform into his perfect form. I'm pretty sure that definitely will be in there. Piccolo not finishing him off when he first was able. He was overpowered him too. First time he fought. A lot of other shit. Gohan not finishing him off. Yeah. So anyway, let's get into it.
All of Dragon Ball Z, the one saga that stands out as happening entirely due to constant mistakes made by our main cast of characters is the Cell Saga. The Buu Saga is a close second, but at least the threat of Buu was taken seriously by most of the cast immediately. Unlike the Cell Saga, which starts with the biggest wasted opportunity in the series, shrugging off a warning from the apocalyptic future. It should have been a very simple process. Trunks is from the future. Him being a Super Saiyan while also being a hybrid Saiyan due to his different hair color proves this. Even the doubters in the group quickly believed him due to his knowledge of events like Goku's landing time and location, or even just time traveling in front of them. So with the future knowledge that Dr. Gero is building the androids, it's as simple as a wish on the Dragon Balls to stop him, and worst case scenario, Bulma knows where his lab is, so they should just be able to find it and destroy it. However, that's not what happens, as almost every fighter in the group agrees they'd rather train and wait to fight the androids than deal with them prematurely. I do think Goku has the most plausible reason to not go after Gero yet, citing him not having built the androids yet. I know he was part of the Red Ribbon Army in the past, so he has done bad things before, but then again, most of the people standing next to Goku as he said this tried to kill him in the past. So at the very least, it's in character for him. But everyone else, they don't have an excuse. And hey, this may have been a blessing in disguise, since we don't know when Gero made himself into an android, so if he was already artificial by the time Trunks arrived in the past, then they would have been absolutely destroyed if they tried to fight him. Trust me, characters make way worse mistakes than this. Yeah. Like not being subscribed. Or like Goku fighting the androids, despite knowing something was wrong with him, and even worse, using Super Saiyan while knowing it would further strain his heart. People think the mistake is Goku not taking his medicine earlier, but he was supposed to take it when symptoms appear. The medicine is a cure, not preventative. Him fighting, though, that was definitely a mistake. Especially when he knows that Piccolo is strong enough to fight the androids as well, since they trained together. If Goku got the medicine any later, or he was in Super Saiyan just a bit longer, it's actually possible he would have died of the heart virus right then and there. He's actually lucky it only incapacitated him for a little while. But like the last mistake, this may have been a blessing in disguise, since androids 16, 17, and 18 hunting down Goku bought the cast a lot of time to plan and prepare. But I think it's possible they're never awakened if Goku doesn't make this mistake, especially since Vegeta and Piccolo could take on Android 19 and 20 by themselves. Wait! Why the hell didn't Piccolo defeat one of the androids earlier? We're shown even after Gero absorbed some energy from Vegeta and Piccolo himself that he's still weaker than Piccolo by a large margin. Piccolo's plan to get attacked by Gero and fake his defeat is really dumb compared to just beating Gero up and eliminating one of the threats. I think Android 19 is more likely to leave Goku alone if Android 20 is being killed, and even if he didn't, Vegeta would have stepped in to stop him like he had to anyways. This would have entirely avoided Android 17 and 18 being awakened, and you may think that makes them easy targets for Cell, but being in suspension seems to mean that Cell can't absorb them. I mean, isn't that what the remote Bulma made does? I will say, it is ambiguous enough that them waking up might be another blessing in disguise. Let's get to an undeniably bad decision though. What was Bulma thinking bringing her 1-year-old to a battlefield? If the fight against the androids goes wrong again, Bulma is the only one who can make a Dragon Radar, or worst case scenario, a time machine. Which makes it an even bigger mistake when Vegeta doesn't go to save them. And he doesn't even stop Gero from escaping, so if future Trunks wasn't there, Vegeta would have just let Bulma and Trunks die for no reason at all. Remember, we're supposed to believe that this guy is supposed to be a better dad than Goku. I don't think another true mistake was made until Cell starts to appear, and I see a lot of people recently blaming Piccolo for some reason. While I understand blaming Tommy for being hesitant to merge with Piccolo, despite acknowledging his change of character years ago and getting a whole town killed because of it, I don't think Piccolo himself did anything wrong here. What a lot of people blame Piccolo for is teaching Cell how to regenerate, but I think he would have figured it out on his own, the same way he figured it out after he self-destructs later in the arc. Basically, if Piccolo didn't explain his regeneration to Cell, I think the moment Android 16 ripped off his tail, his body would have just instinctively wanted to regenerate. Speaking of Android 16, he could have just stopped Cell at any point. You see, Cell can detect ki, and this is how Imperfect Cell was avoiding the Z-Fighters, strategically wiping out towns and cities for energy to grow stronger while hiding his ki so they couldn't find him. Cell wouldn't be able to detect Android 16 coming since he doesn't have ki, but Android 16 could find Cell easily due to him having a power sensor. Any point before their initial fight, Android 16 is far stronger than Cell, so it would have been a non-issue. But you could argue he didn't know Cell was a threat that needed to be taken seriously. The same can't be said for both Android 17 and 18 though. After Piccolo, who was equal to Android 17, was defeated by Cell, it should have been clear that they needed to stop Cell from reaching perfection by avoiding him. Android 16 held off Cell for a while, even damaging him so they could escape, and they just didn't, leading to Android 17 getting absorbed.
That was so crazy.
But surely 18 understands the seriousness of this threat now and runs away, right? Kinda?
Fuck no.
Tenshinhan buys her enough time to run away, but because she refuses
I think of
to
the
leave
British
Android 16
version. That
behind,
nigga
he
Tien
slows
said,
her down. She doesn't have any detectable
run away or
ki,
blow yourself up. I don't
hid
care
away
which
on a
one.
nearby island. Welcome to the island of bad decisions. On this lovely vacation destination, you can find Android 18 not taking every opportunity to flee from Cell while Vegeta was occupying him. We also have Vegeta not finishing off Cell because why not knowingly let yourself fall for a trap? And of course, we have Krillin, who decides not to deactivate Android 18 because he took this Twitter post way too seriously. All of these mistakes kind of play off each other in the worst way possible. If any one of these terrible choices weren't made, then Cell likely doesn't reach perfection. Despite Trunks, specifically in the manga, doing everything he can to try and stop Cell, there was no overcoming the overall idiocy on this island. That being said, I don't think Trunks is perfect here. I understand that Super Saiyan Grade 3 is slower than Grade 2, but was it slower than semi-perfect Cell? Why not try to use it if you need to stop Cell at all costs? Then there's the whole not using Grade 3 to help Vegeta because it'll hurt his pride argument. Again, we do know that Grade 3 wouldn't work against Perfect Cell anyway due to hindsight, so it's not a drastic mistake or anything, but it is a bad decision given what Trunks knew at that time about Cell's power and Grade 3. To be fair, it's implied Vegeta also knows about Grade 3, so why not use it while charging the Final Flash? That might have actually worked, so that's a bigger mistake than anything Trunks did. I guess kinda like Piccolo, future Trunks has almost no blame in the way the Cell situation played out. Though, I will say, it was probably a mistake not asking Goku how to master Super Saiyan since Trunks uses the time chamber again before the Cell games. Speaking of Goku, it's time to cover his mistakes leading up to and during the Cell games. It may have been a bad idea to stop using the time chamber entirely. I understand not wanting to do another full year of training, but him and Gohan left the chamber 3 hours early. That's a month and a half of training. Why not just finish the year? It barely eats into the amount of rest time they have, and it could help him solidify not only his own power, but also the Gohan plan, which is our next mistake, the Gohan plan. Why wouldn't you tell Gohan the plan beforehand? Goku's assumption that Gohan wants what he wants almost costs them everything. Goku did allude to the plan when he first entered the Room of Spirit and Time with Gohan, but that was 10.5 months ago for them. Was Gohan supposed to just remember this one vague comment? I will admit, people wrongfully say Goku could have beaten Cell or was stronger than Super Saiyan Gohan, but that just isn't true. I have a whole video going over it, but simply put, even Gohan agrees that he's stronger than Goku before Super Saiyan 2, and Goku was so fatigued from his fight with Cell that he couldn't even handle one Cell Jr. The main issue has always been Goku not understanding Gohan's feelings. Let's even look at the Senzu, which I agree was a mistake, and the narrative goes out of its way to tell you that it was one, but it's still less egregious than Goku's own misunderstanding of Gohan's feelings. Goku makes such a big mistake here that once he realizes it, he's ready to break the rules of the tournament to jump in and help his son, something that he never wanted for himself back in the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. Speaking of jumping in to help, everyone not jumping Cell during his fight fight with Goku was just a mistake. When Trunks suggests giving Goku a Senzu and teaming up on Cell, no one wants to do it, citing Goku as one of the main reasons, which is pretty funny, considering Goku's up for it once he thinks Gohan is in trouble. Not to mention the fact that Cell, who organized this thing, clearly doesn't care about the rules of the tournament. He literally removes one in the middle of the fight just because he doesn't like it.
True.
After this,
that
people
is
seem
true.
to think Bulma and Dr. Brief removing Android 16's bomb was a mistake. But remember, Android 16 was confident his bomb would kill everyone at the Cell games, and he has power sensors, so he's probably right. If his bomb killed everyone there, Cell would likely just regenerate, possibly being even stronger than Super Perfect Cell since he still has Android 18, and with no one left to stop him, the future would be grim. Just another reason Bulma is such an important character, by the way. The next actual mistake comes from Gohan. As a Super Saiyan 2, Gohan can't think straight and gets drunk on power, leading to him not killing Cell while he had the chance and forcing Goku to sacrifice himself just to save Earth from Cell's self-destruction. Of course, Cell comes back even stronger and kills Trunks, which leads to Dad of the Year over here deciding, you know what? Maybe I do care if my son dies or not. This was the worst time for him to do that, of course, since he still gets one shot by Cell anyway, and Gohan has to sacrifice.
Hey, that's funny, because at that moment, after he protects Trunks, he tried to, get revenge for Trunks. After that, it'd been a big change in Vegeta. He really became a really good father after that. You know what I mean?
Sacrifice an arm and half his ki to stop Vegeta from being killed. Trunks could have been wished back with the Dragon Balls, while Vegeta can't. So he just made a bad choice. Now, you may be wondering, after all of these mistakes, how did the Z-Fighters even win? Was it just dumb luck, plot armor, or maybe a villain who made some equally dumb mistakes? Cell not just destroying the Earth and waiting 10 days for a tournament was a huge mistake for him. Even after that, could Cell have killed Gohan before he got enraged? It's pretty likely he could, but instead he pulled a Vegeta and wanted to prove himself against that power. Then he has a second chance to destroy the planet after coming back as Super Perfect Cell, but instead he wants to watch everyone in front of him struggle in fear as they die. So he gets into a beam struggle that he ends up losing. Cell was supposed to be perfect, but despite being made up of everyone's strengths, he also exemplifies all their weaknesses. So, I guess all the mistakes in this arc weren't so bad after all.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking mistakes. Yeah, man. So, hey, all the mistakes turned into a good ass arc. You know what I'm saying? The Cell Saga is definitely a great arc, man. Had many great moments, bro. So, let me know what y'all think down below. You like my reaction, so you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.